Wow, stories.
Am I the idiot for finally telling my brother the truth, but throwing my parents under the bus to do so? I, male 36, used to run a company with my male 35 brother and both my parents. It was supposed to be the dream of the sons taking over the family business. I had the ability to work in every department, so over the course of the last 10 years, I progressed to running the company. My brother, who worked harder than anyone else, floundered with any real responsibility. He was the ultimate task doer, but ask him to manage anyone or anything, and it would be a dumpster fire. My parents would protect my brother by tying my hands behind my back in regards to saying anything bad to my brother about the quality of his work or how he was failing at being a manager. My parents did not want his feelings to be hurt. My brother would get moved to a different department or have his job description changed so he wasn't in charge of anything that would hurt the company. They would never tell him he wasn't doing his job right. They would never tell him he sucked at his job. It was easier for them to lie to him so they could avoid any conflict or hurt feelings. I was complicit in this. I kept up the lies. I played the game. Resentments grew. My brother was still getting paid the same as me. I was running the company, and at this point he was basically still in an entry-level position. So 2 years ago I started a different company and left the family one. Less than a year later, my parents asked me to come back. I accepted on the condition that my brother would be bought out of the company. They agreed. So with my brother being bought out, I am now running the company solo. We gave him a group of our customers that he now services under his own company name. Life is good, or so I thought. I found out from one of my employees that my brother has been stealing products out of our warehouse. They were under the impression that we had some sort of deal worked out with me because we were family. Nope. He was just plain stealing. So when I confronted my brother, he admitted to stealing, but went off on this rant on how I never respected him, that I was the biggest idiot because I was mean, and on and on. So then and there I decided to stop lying, and essentially told him all of the lies from the last 10 years. How he got the short end of the stick because no one ever told him what he was doing wrong. How our parents just didn't want to hurt his feelings, but knew he couldn't run the company. I was done lying, I just sat there and told the truth. So my parents are now mad at me because he's mad. Like mad, and he has gone no contact with them, and they are worried that they won't be able to ever see him or their grandchildren again. So am I the idiot for finally telling my brother the truth, but throwing my parents under the bus to do so? Edit. To add more information to this story, it was not like my brother was thrown into a situation without training. We provided informal training on how to learn more about the business. Like, this is how we do the books. Come with me on the job site so I can show you this. Formal training, both trade-specific and management courses. He was not thrown to the wolves. He just never cared to pick it up or try to step up. I left the company because of the toxic environment and all of the built-up resentments. I came back to the company because my parents' retirements are tied to the company, and without a son to run it or a sale, they would have lost everything. I still run the other company I started. Last, I knew I was an idiot for what I did to my brother. When I told him the truth, I was also apologizing to him for my part in all of it. I was asking if I was the idiot for throwing my parents under the bus in the truth/apology. Everyone sucks here, so you and your parents are such successful business people, masters of the universe, but you were never able to give your brother bad news. I feel bad for your employees. Everyone sucks here. Your brother for stealing, your parents for not communicating properly and pretending he's doing a good job, and you for playing along for many years and then out of the sudden tell him everything, without talking to your parents first and giving them the chance to be there for a conversation with the two of you. Am I the idiot for telling my sister she can't bring her boyfriend to my wedding and potentially ruining our relationship? My sister, female 24, and I, female 28, have always been close. But things have been tense between us since I got engaged. We've had arguments over everything from the color of the bridesmaid dresses to the type of flowers we're using. But the biggest disagreement we've had so far is about her boyfriend, 37M. They've only been dating for a few months, and I don't feel comfortable having him at my wedding. It's a small affair, and we only invited people who we are close with and who have been a part of our lives for a long time. We didn't want to invite any strangers or people we barely know. When I told my sister she couldn't bring her boyfriend, she was absolutely livid. She accused me of being selfish and not caring about her happiness. She even threatened to not come to the wedding at all if he couldn't come. I calmly explained my concerns, but I told her I wouldn't compromise on this. It's my wedding day, and I want to be surrounded by people who I love and who have been there for me throughout my life. I feel like if I give in and let her bring her boyfriend, it will set a bad precedent for our relationship going forward. But now I'm worried that I've ruined our relationship anyway. My sister hasn't spoken to me in days, and I'm afraid she might not even show up to the wedding. Am I the idiot for standing my ground and potentially sacrificing my relationship with my sister on my wedding day? Not the idiot. You have a valid concern. I do want to know why she has had any real say in the wedding so far. You said, "We've had arguments over everything from the color of the bridesmaid dresses to the type of flowers we're using." Not the idiot. I don't care what the internet says. Big age gaps where one person is under 25 are a huge red flag. She's an adult. It's her life, yada yada. But we all know that's almost never an indication of an equal, happy, healthy relationship. That combined with your vague distrust of this guy is all I need to know to say that you're not the idiot for not wanting him to be a part of your big day. Am I the idiot for blowing up on my son's girlfriend? My husband thinks I'm right, but my niece helped me make this post here to see what other people think. I, female 52, have 3 sons ages ranging from 13 to 20. My oldest son, male 20, has a girlfriend, female 19, that hangs around our house a lot. It's a really small house and doesn't have a lot of space. She's a nice girl but gets on my nerves sometimes because she's always over. I really don't think she's right for my son either. Our tap water has a weird aftertaste, so I order gallon water bottles and use them to refill a big glass bowl with a tap. It is not cheap to get water and other groceries delivered, so I tell my sons, husband, and the girlfriend to be courteous of the other people who live here and not use up the water, as it runs out fast in our big household. Yesterday, I caught her filling up her big metal water bottle with the jug water, and I calmly told her that other people live here too, and she shouldn't hog the water all to herself. She was rather short with me and said something along the lines of, "Actually, this water bottle is big enough to hold all the water someone should be drinking in a day. I'm not hogging water, I'm just trying to stay hydrated." I found her tone to be disrespectful and ordered her to leave. She scoffed and went back to my son's room. That's when I really got frustrated. I opened their door and told her she had to leave. My son got really angry with me and told me that my girlfriend didn't do anything wrong, and why is it a crime for her to drink water? I explained that I order this water for our family to use, not leeches who hang around all day rent-free. My son's girlfriend got a little teary-eyed and left the room and out the front door without saying anything. My son told me that I was a major idiot and should have just minded my business. I think she's just wasteful and a brat. Am I the idiot? Edit. Thanks for all the comments. I have spoken to my son about the issue and you all made me realize that it was deeper than just the water. I showed him this post and explained that it's not her, it's me. I think she reacted that way when I initially told her off for filling up the bottle because, and my son helped me realize this too, I was never really nice to her to begin with. In the course of their 3-year relationship, in my defense, she only started hanging around our house a lot about 6 months ago because she got a license. We called her on the phone this morning and I apologized for my reaction to the bottle. I explained I didn't mean to make her feel bad about the water. It really wasn't that big of a deal, and I feel silly for making it a big deal. She apologized for having an attitude and explained how she can feel a little defensive around me sometimes. I told her and my son that I will work on my attitude. My husband still thinks she was being disrespectful, but I explained that I'm the reason she felt the need to act that way in the first place. It's not my choice who my son decided to date, and I need to respect his choice. I think she is a sweet girl, and I feel horrible for the way I have been treating her. Again, thank you to everyone for making me realize my mistake. P.S. I have looked into purchasing a Brita pitcher to see if that is more cost-effective. My son's girlfriend now brings water from home. although I didn't tell her to do that. You're the idiot for pretending this is about the water when it's not. There isn't really a difference between fills up a bottle once with enough water for the day and drinks the same amount of water 1 cup at a time. Bottled water does cost money, but if that's a problem, asking her to contribute $1 would be a more logical first step. You're the idiot. Did she pour most of the water down the toilet? If not, then how is she wasteful? As others have said, it is clearly not about the water. What is the long-term effect of your attitude if your eldest makes a life with this girlfriend? If you force him to choose her over you, then you will have brought this upon yourself. You, son, called it correctly.